Good morning. Happy Thursday? I can't believe it's Thursday. Oh, goodness. It is Erica with Redheaded Princess Designs and Holy Rustic, and I thought this morning we would paint our interchangeable porch leaner for Memorial Day, 4th of July, all the things. So come in, say hey, let me know how your Thursday is going. I have put out some paints here. I've got Folk Art Uniform Blue, there we go, Folk Art Canaan Blue, and Apple Red, also from Folk Art, and then I've got some white. So we are going to get started. I'm going to paint. This is the piece that goes, I think, at the very top of the porch leaner. Let me look. Let me look. Hang on. I had it open. There it is. Okay, yes. This piece goes at the top. So I'm going to paint this pretty dark blue color. I like the Folk Art paints. They are a little bit thicker than other craft paints. And these colors I think are going to work really well on this Americana patriotic piece. I thought about doing, we have a summer insert as well, and I thought about doing that one, but I feel like this one is nice because it works well for Memorial Day and also for 4th of July. So we can just leave it up all summer and just be patriotic. I'm gonna dry this. I'm gonna get a little bit of this Apple Red. This is a multi-surface paint, so it's just a little bit thicker, and I'm hoping I won't have to put as many coats down that way. Sometimes red can be a little transparent and kind of be a pain to work with. And I'm hoping this will help it not be so crazy. I'm kind of thinking I might splatter this with some white just to give it a little something. Let's see. Let's grab this brush and let's just pull some white off. I'm just going to water this white down. And then just do a little splatter. Maybe. There we go. Alright, that might have been a little extreme, but that's okay. We're just going to go with it. That's the thing, when you splatter stuff, you really have a very little control over it, so you just have to be okay with whatever happens. Or you have to repaint it. These are your options, right? Alright, we're going to do this little heart that goes on our USA. I'm going to do this in red. And I could do it all in the same red, white, and blue colors, but I thought throwing a little bit of that lighter blue, this Canaan blue, it's just a nice pretty light blue, might not be a bad option. Oh, that red is covering beautifully. I love it. All right, so we've got that, and I need to locate the infamous glue. I was going to go live yesterday, but it is, we're on the home stretch of the last days of school, and so the last couple of days they get out early because they do their finals, and they don't want the kids to be there all day. They split their finals up, which is nice for the kiddos. But I didn't have as much time yesterday, and so I did not go live because I ended up working on cutting orders because I knew it was going to be a little gross today and possibly raining, and so I wanted to be out in the shop before the rain came too much. All right, I feel like now the heart needs something. Maybe I'll just put it down in do some details on it instead of, I was going to dry brush on it, but I think that's going to be too much. We'll see if we can get this glue to cooperate. I should have grabbed glue from the other room before I started. All right, so this just goes on here. We'll just stick it right there. Cute. This is the top piece. So our porch leaners that we have several different interchangeable pieces for them. And they do not come with the board. You do have to purchase that. I did not want to ship those giant boards, and that can get expensive with shipping. So you get the interchangeable pieces, and then you can just go to like Home Depot or Lowe's or a craft store, not a craft store, home store, lumberyard, and get one of the, I like the, how big are they? They're like 10 inches wide by 8 foot, and then I just kind of cut it down to 4 foot. You can probably even get the guys or gals at the store to help you cut that down. But I like those, they're nice, and then you just cut it and stain it. It's pretty simple to do. And then you can order the kit. It comes with different pieces to be able to slide in and out of the porch leaner. So super fun. We did a class here locally with them, and they turned out so cute. And I do absolutely love them. And I love that they're interchangeable, because that means I don't have to have, you know, 4 or 5 different porch leaners just stored around, which is what I've done in the past. I've had, you know, a couple different porch leaners, and then you have to switch them out for the seasons, and it's like, what do you, it's not a small piece, so it's like, what do you do with it during the off seasons? Where do you store it? Because it's pretty big. So that is the joy of the interchangeable stuff. You don't have to have anywhere to store it, because all you're storing is these smaller pieces, and those can just go in with your regular decor. So super easy, super fun. And like I said, we've got, there's a plain, like just home interchangeable piece that you can put on your porch leaner. There is a spring one, which is what is on mine right now, which is why I need to get this done so I can put this out there for Memorial Day and 4th of July and summer. So there's a spring one, a regular home one, and then we've got this Americana one that we just added this month, and a summer one. Actually, I think there's 2 spring ones on the website. There's one that's a cow, and then one that's just kind of like a generic spring. So super cute. I like how that turned out. That's adorable. Okay, perfect. So there's that. This is the middle piece here, and it says red, white, and boom, and then it has stars to go around it. And here's what I will tell you. I've had a couple people order these recently, and I included extra stars for you, because you'll see here in a minute, one of the pieces had stars that got cut out of it. So we ended up with a lot of stars on the laser bed. And so I just put them in your kit, because I thought, well, maybe you want to use them, and maybe you don't. But if you go to put it together and you have a bunch of extra stars, that's why. You don't necessarily have to use them. So this is Folk Art, came in blue. I'm going to try this on the background. And I apologize for the noise. It's almost empty. I just need to get that paint out. All right, let's flip it upside down. Flip it, flip it, flip it. So I probably will not be live tomorrow. I know we usually do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but like I mentioned, on Monday, it is the last week of school, and so we are entering that time where I'm not really sure what my weeks are going to look like, but I will be going live. It probably just won't be as predictable as it has been over the school year, and it will probably be a little bit later than it has been as well, because I don't have to be up so early to get the kiddo ready for school. we go to, he goes to a charter school, so I have to drop him off because there's not a bus that comes to our house, which means I need to look halfway decent before I drive him to school. Luckily, it's pretty close to our house. I'm going to throw a little bit of white in here as well. Notice that blue's a little bright. It's not to tone it down. Just a smidge here. So I won't be up. I don't have to be up quite as early and be completely ready to go quite as early. I'll probably still be up, but I don't have to be like showered and make-upped and all the things. So I don't know really what the lives are going to look like, but we'll still be going live. I just don't know what time and what days. It will probably just depend upon what we have going on for the week. But I will not be live tomorrow because it is the last day of school and we have award ceremony at like 10 a.m. So I won't have time in the morning to do a live before I have to go back to school for the award ceremony. So anyway, sorry, that was a really long explanation for that situation. All right, so we've got this lighter blue, and then we're going to put red, white, and boom, and then some stars around on this. So this was the Cayman blue in folk art, and I just added a little bit of white to that. Of course, you know, if you order our kits, you get all of your paint with your kit in order to make it look just like the picture, but you can always use your own paint as well. All right, so there is that piece. All right, so we've got red, white, and boom. Should we do this red and white and then like blue? Should we make the words the colors that they are? Or should we do them differently? It's like one of those puzzles for your brain, you know? Where you're supposed to say the color and not the word. I think we'll do them the color. All right, I'm gonna clip this sponge. My nose itches, but I've got blue paint on my hands. I hope I did not just put blue paint on my nose. Okay, I don't think I did. All right, let's do the white one first. Someone ordered this the other day, and actually it was Opal. Opal ordered this the other day, and I was like, oh, I need one. So while I was cutting hers, I just went ahead and cut myself one as well. What color should we do the and? This little and sign. What color should it be? It's actually going to go here. It's going to go red, white, and boom. Maybe we'll make it red. I'm going to dry this and do another coat on it. Because let me tell you, I forgot to flip. So when I cut words on the laser, I have to flip them backwards. So basically, essentially, I have to cut them backwards. And sometimes I forget to do that. And I forgot to do that with this. But since it's my kit, it's not that big of a deal. It just means that this side is a little bit dirtier. It's got the burn marks on it, whereas this side is the clean side that we usually paint. So yeah. If you're looking at it and you're like, why is she painting that side? That's why. Because I cut them backwards. But since it was mine, I wasn't worried about it. I'm just going to go ahead and paint it so I don't waste it. Okay, I feel like, I guess the and goes like that. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We'll paint it like this. I think that's how it's designed to be. It looks backwards, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If y'all are here this morning and talking to me, I am not seeing comments. I do not know why. We all know that Facebook kind of does its own thing sometimes, so I apologize. I'm not ignoring you, but the comments aren't coming through this morning. All right, we need to paint some of these stars, and oh, I've got that one over there. I was going to say there's one star that goes over there, and I probably have way too many stars here. So let's do this little collection in red. If you are a member of our Creative Outlet box, when I get finished here, I'm going to pop over in that group, our private Facebook group, and finish up the projects for this month. I totally intended to do that yesterday, and like I said, with the pickup time being earlier because we only had half a day of school, I just ran out of time. So we're going to do it this morning before I do anything else. I got a bunch of orders ready yesterday, and they just need labels thrown on them this morning, and they will be ready to go to the post office. So I'm hoping to get this done, do my creative outlet group project, and then get those labels printed so I can get those to the post office when I go pick my kiddo up here in a little bit. That's the plan. We'll see how it works out for me. Does anybody have plans for Memorial Day? I know it's Memorial Day weekend. It is hubby and I's 5th anniversary tomorrow. I don't know that we're doing anything, but it is our 5th anniversary. We have a award ceremony at school in the morning, and then probably this weekend, well, I've got market on Saturday. I think that's the only thing I have this weekend necessarily. So I have a feeling this weekend will be projects. I'm trying to get some stuff done around the house because we have a graduation party next weekend for my middle son who's graduating high school. So I feel like May is always just crazy, bananas crazy, especially if you have kiddos in school. Like, it's just all those last minute little things that have to be done. It gets a little insane. All right, let's paint some of these stars blue, and I should have done some white before I clipped that white off my sponge, but I didn't. So we're gonna have to just make this work. Probably should have grabbed some sponges as well before I came in here earlier. Whoopsies. So just a little bit about my setup around here at home. I have one room that's kind of like my art studio room. Slightly disastrous. Well, they're all a mess. Let's just be honest here. So one room is kind of like my art studio room, and then I have one room that's more of like our shipping room where we keep all of our boxes, and that's where I keep like the sponges and the glue and stuff. So I'm like, I should have grabbed that stuff before I came in here. And then I've got my shop outside in our garage where I cut all the laser pieces. So I should have probably grabbed another sponge and some good glue that's not all dried up and gross, but it is what it is. Oh, there's some white stars. I think those will be fine. They don't need much. And that blue covers magnificently. Like, I love that coverage. It's so nice when things cover and you don't have to put like 27 coats on it. All right, let's dry everything and then we'll glue all this together, and then we've got one more piece to do. That's the piece that goes in the bottom of our porch leaner. Dry, dry, dry. All right, so there is that. Let's see. So it's going to say, we're going to put all this on and then we'll do stars. Maybe. Come on. Let's cooperate, Mr. Glue. All right, there we go. So we've got red. Boom on here. Set that down so we can kind of see where to put these. Red. White. So that's straight. I've got it backwards, so it's kind of hard to see. probably have it over here. I don't think I gave myself enough room over there. Let's just move it. I can always put stars right there. That little glue spot. All right. Let's do it like that. I do think it looks more spaced out. Good morning, Opal. You did order one just a few days ago. Yes, I have it cut. I've got to get your paint together and then it's ready to go out. And while I was cutting yours, I was like, I need one of those. So I cut mine too. So thank you. That's usually honestly how it works. Like I see stuff that people order and I'm like, ooh, I should paint that as well. So I end up cutting too. It's just easier. All right, and boom. There we go. All right, now should we do our details first? Maybe, and then add the stars. Or should I put the stars on? It is addictive. And hey, there's worse things in life. You know? Alright, let's just put some of these stars around. Now, I do think you want to be a little careful to make sure you don't really want these. This one's okay because it's on top, but you don't want to come over this edge like with this one because it is going to set inside of that little insert on our porch leaner. So we do have to be just a little careful. I'm going to move that guy because he's got a lot of glue seeping out from underneath of him. I think we'll put him there. I might have got a little crazy with the glue there. So Opal, if you miss it, I was saying when I cut this, there's a lot of little stars that end up coming out on the laser because they come out of like some of the pieces and stuff. So I just included them in your kit. So you've got extra stars if you want to use them. But when you go to put, it together, if you're looking at it and you're like, why do I have so many sneaking stars? It's because I just put them in the box because I thought, well, you might want them. And otherwise they're just going in the trash. So I thought, why not? Why not? All right, I think that's probably enough stars on there. Let's do our details on this piece. A little bit of glue there. All right. I want to highlight that little comma there. Now I can't really add anything to the white because this is white. Well, that was my thought. Like you could add them here. Like they would look really cute. There's this little, we painted this already. So there's the top piece is this little map of the USA. So I mean, you could add them to that, or whatever. You could just give them to the grandkids to mess around with or whatever, I hated to just not include them because they're a finished thing. It's not like they're just little pieces of nothingness. And I figured, what's the harm in having a few extra stars on here? All right, So there we go. Red, white, and boom. I feel like maybe a couple of these stars just need a few little dots. Clearly have not had enough caffeine yet this morning because my hand is like... Is it really hard to do these little lines? All right. Cute. Very cute. And let's see how it looks together. So they're gonna go, this piece goes on the top, and then this piece goes in the center there. And then, and you know what, I did not, hopefully I didn't do that upside down. I didn't check it before I started it. I guess we'll see what happens when I go to put it in my porch leaner. Okay, so now we have this piece here. Flip it around so y'all can see it. That is the thing about those porch leaners. The center piece is not 100% symmetrical. So there is a right and a wrong way to insert this piece. So you may want to double check it before you paint the middle piece. These other two pieces don't matter so much because they just slide in and out on a little rail that you attach. With this piece, like this will be covered, just like our normal insert type things do. But that middle piece is a little tricky, and I probably should have checked it, but I didn't. So we'll just cross our fingers and hope I did it right. All right, let's see. What if this is going to show? This is what I want to know. Thinking, so these are like fireworks, and then these pieces are 3D. So I'm thinking we want to do this one in light blue, this one in white, and this one in red underneath. Y'all remember that for me, okay? Light blue, white, red. Let's start with the white. I did one of, yeah, it's easy to do oval, and I honestly don't know why that, so I pay a licensing fee for a lot of these designs. I don't really design them all myself. And I don't know why that designer did that like that and did not just make it 100% symmetrical. So it would have been a lot easier if it just fit one way, you know, all the time, all the ways, I guess. But I guess we'll see if it works. All right, I don't think those pieces cover this completely, so we don't have to worry about that. And of course the bottom is also not gonna matter. All right, let's see here. So we did white, we're gonna do light blue over here on this side. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that Cayman blue, right? Is that what it was called? Yeah. Cayman blue from Folk Art. And I'm going to add a little bit of white to it to just soften it a little bit. So there is that one. I'm just going to paint this edge just for good measure. And then we'll do red on the other side. Make sure I get all that blue out of my paintbrush. And we'll do red over here. And this is the apple red from Folk Art. We'll do that a little bit down there as well. All right. There we go. I don't know why I'm painting that. It's not going to matter. Okay, so there are those. I think these are like fireworks, is what they're supposed to be like. All right, so this one over here, I'm just pulling up. I keep looking at my picture over here, just trying to make sure I put the pieces in the right spots. All right, so we got our stars. Okay. So our stars, and this piece is blue. It's our blue sponge. Here it is. So we're going to do this in the dark blue. It is Uniform Blue, also from Folk Art. Okay, here we go. And then we have, on that piece, there's a star that goes up at the top, and this little, are these all the same? Oh, this is the question. It does look, they're not 100% the same. I don't know that they're different enough for it to matter, so. Yeah. I don't know that it really matters. What color did I say we were doing this? I think I said red. Red, red, red. Looks like it's gonna be a rainy day. I think that is. Sounds like it's raining. It's hard to tell out the window. It poured here last night. Poured. Really hard for, I don't know, a few moments, and then it was done. All right, so we'll do that guy in red. And then it has a star that goes right here, which I guess we'll do in white. I think that just makes sense. All right, so this is going here, and this is going to go here. Oh, that, yeah. And then this star goes here, so yeah, we'll do that white. So these all just fit together like a puzzle. There is one that is, yeah, it is thundering. It's a great day to stay in and read. There is one that is completely straight. That's your middle piece. And then you have two that each are like just a smidge angled on one side. And so one goes on the left and one goes on the right. You just fit them together like a puzzle. So there is one firecracker. And then this one is the next one. Actually, I think we're going to do the other one first because I'm going to paint this white. It goes right here like this. So let's do that in white, and then we'll do the other one in red. You're definitely going to want to use your sponge on these little pieces. It has all these cutouts in it. The sponge is going to keep you from pushing all of that paint in between each one of those little spots. So just dab my sponge, and I use the flat end of the sponge, not the triangle end like you would normally use if you were like putting on makeup with these. You're going to use the square or rectangle end, and then you can just clip it in between your colors. So what I would do is maybe lay out all of your white pieces, do all your white pieces, clip your sponge, lay out all your blue pieces, do all of those and clip it, and then clip and do your red. That way, you know, you don't have to worry about needing or sponges or anything. You can use the same sponge for the whole project. I do like to start with the lighter color first, just in case. Sometimes a little bit of the paint will seep up onto the side. So if you start with the lightest color and work your way up, you don't have to worry about it as much. All right, so there's my white. And what color will we do this top piece? Maybe blue. I'm gonna think blue. Yeah, let's do blue. Do the dark blue. Okay, that is gonna go right there. I'm seeing the problem here. Piece goes there. I think that's the one that matters. Of course it is. Of course it is. Didn't matter, but I think that one does because it's got that cutout. And this one isn't going to matter because it doesn't have a cutout. That doesn't look bad. I don't know. Let's paint this one and then we'll decide if we need to repaint those or if we can leave them like that. What color I think we're gonna do this in red, right? Red, red. So I guess that is what matters right there, is that piece. Good morning, Lisa. I'm gonna paint the, well, I wonder if I can just use, Stars blue. See if we can just very carefully around the edges here with our red. I'm gonna flip it around so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah, that looks cute. All right. I know, I probably am. Probably am, Opal. They don't look bad like that. It's just not how I had planned it. You know. All right. Try this, because I don't want to smudge any of that red onto the white in the places that I don't want red. This is going to go right here. And I guess we'll do this one in white. Or I could do it in the light blue. What color should we do? White or light blue? I guess let's do white. And then we have our little welcome banner that goes in the middle here. almost done. That may need a second coat. It's gonna need a second coat. For sure. Which honestly is why I was debating painting it light blue, because I knew I wouldn't have to do 2 coats. I was just being lazy. Sometimes. Alright. There we go. That's better. Okay, that's going to go like that. So that piece goes there. That one goes there. That looks cute. It's okay. I like it. I like it. I'm going to leave it oval. I'm going to leave it. It'll be fun. All right, we've got our welcome. Goes like this. So let's see. I think if we paint, whoops. I think we can paint the background of the welcome banner blue, and then maybe we'll do the words in red. So let's do this in that light blue. So we'll do the Cayman blue with a little bit of white added. I'm going to base coat the whole thing in this lighter blue that I've kind of mixed up here. Then I'm going to show you how we can add just a little bit of highlight and shadow to it. So, all right, we've got our whole thing base coated. When you want to add in highlights and shadows, it's great to do this when the paint is wet. So I'm going to take some of just the straight color, hopefully, maybe. It's almost empty. This is probably the last project for this color. Okay, I'm going to take some of the straight color. I'm not going to rinse out my brush. I'm going to take just a little bit on the edge here, and I'm going to come right around this bottom section. And I'm also going to go out on these little wings of the ribbon, just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe all the paint off of my brush and then just come right back over top of that without any more paint. And you want to do it while the paint is wet. We're going to blend that into that lighter color. So it's just going to give us just a smidge of a shadow. I should put a little bit up top too. And you want to work quickly because you don't want that to dry while you're waiting to blend it. All right, let's put just a little bit up here at the top of our ribbon as well. Okay, and then wipe all the paint off your brush and come back. And if you find that your paint has started to dry, you can get your brush just a smidge damp, and that'll help smooth that paint out. I'm going to take just a little bit of white and come right in the middle of this main part of the ribbon. Wipe my brush off and then just go right back over top of it. And this is so extra, like totally not needed, but it does add just a little bit of dimension to this. See the difference? Like now it just like pops. Cute. All right. And then we have our welcome. We're going to paint this red. Red, red, red. So I like to do that shadow and highlight. Like when you're painting something that is flat, that should be round, like the ribbon, or you know, this past weekend we did those bee door hangers, and the beehive needed a little bit of highlight and shadows, and it doesn't take long to do. It's pretty easy, and it just adds just a little bit of extra to it rather than it looking so flat. Yeah, the shadow, it really does make a difference. And so when you're mixing colors, it's easy to just, you can use one color and make that whole highlight shadow thing with just a little bit of white. Now, if you used the blue straight out of the bottle and we hadn't added white to it, we could have added just a tiniest bit of dark blue to it, or even a little bit of black. And you have to be really careful when you add black to other colors because you just need this tiniest bit. But a little bit of black to that would have also given us the same effect. But since we added white to tone that blue down, I could just use the straight color without adding any thing darker to it. So that's your little tip and trick for the day. Okay. Tips and tricks for the day. All right, there's our welcome. Yep. And really the trick when you're doing that is to clean your brush. You don't have to rinse it off, but just wipe all that paint off on a paper towel or whatever to get it all off your brush, and you can just go back over it. And that's the easiest way to do the highlights and the shadows. That way you're not constantly just adding more paint, because what I often see is people try to just add more paint, and instead of making a highlight or a shadow, they just keep making new colors. And they get frustrated because they're just mixing new colors of paint. So by wiping all the paint off your brush, you're keeping yourself from really putting too much more paint on there. All right, let's see if we can get this glue to cooperate one more time right now. One more time, Mr. Glue. I love this big thing of glue because it is way cheaper than me buying and using, especially for myself, all those tiny little bottles that I send you guys. But it's really a pain in the butt. Because it like halfway dries and then it doesn't want to come out. It's just kind of annoying. All right, you're gonna go there. It was a really weird noise. I don't know what that was. Really weird. All right. Just get those little glue hairs out of there before I set this down. There we go. You want to make sure you don't put these down too far, because you do have to have, you can just throw them all on the floor, it's fine too. You do have to have room to put this in your insert, so just be sure you don't just push them all the way down to the bottom there. Come on. Come on, Mr. Blue. All right. I'm hoping I'm going to get yours to the post office today, Opal. I've got other packages that need to go out. And all I've got to do, I've got everything wrapped and ready to go. I just need to get your paint together. So hopefully I'll drop it off today and maybe you'll get it. Well, Monday's a holiday, so that's going to put everybody behind, but maybe you'll get it like Tuesday. Saturday if I get it there today. Depending upon when they come back and pick up orders. Packages. I've got your Wagon Club. Your Wagon Club boxes should also be going out too, so I'll have that. And that is ready to go. I just have to get the label on it this morning. All right, there's that. Oh, you're going to be gone till June 4th. Okay. Are you going to Florida again? To hold on to them until then, or do you want me to go ahead and mail them? Opal. And if you don't want to tell me on here, you can send me a message too. It's okay. All right, here's this. It's gonna go down here, like so, and then our welcome. Forge, that sounds like fun. What are you gonna do in Pigeon Forge? You're gonna go to Dollywood? You're gonna go hiking? Alright, I've got my glue on here. Remember, you just need a little bit of glue, not very much. And then we'll put our welcome down right in the middle of our ribbon. And we've got all these little stars left. I'm thinking I can put, maybe I should put 1 or 2 on here. What do we think? Should we add some stars? It does look like they added one in the picture originally. I don't know that I love that though. Don't know. We could put a little, I feel like it almost needs like a cluster of stars. I think I like the cluster of stars better than just like one singular star there. We'll just put all of these on here. All over my fingers. All right, I think that looks cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's do our details. Where's our brush? Get our baby brush, and we'll add in our details. That I have these tops of these fireworks in the right spots, but we're gonna go with it. If they're not in your way, okay, I'll hold on to it. It's no big deal. Ooh, hiking, that sounds like fun. So the last time I went to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area, it's been a couple years. My husband and I went down there for our anniversary a few years ago. And we went hiking. And we went on this trail that wasn't... I wanted to go see this waterfall that everybody was like, you have to go see this waterfall, right? And so the first little bit we were hiking to go see this waterfall, and we get out of the car and we start hiking, and it's like, we see the sign and it's like, it's, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles up the trail, right? And I'm like, oh, we don't want to hike that far. Well, there's another one that's a little bit up the road, and let's go do that one because it's not quite as, the trail's not as long. Like, we were not prepared to go hiking. We had on, like, I don't know, maybe even flip-flops, tennis shoe type things. Like, it was not in our plans to go hiking. It was just one of those random things that I was like, let's go do this. So we went down the road and we parked where I thought we were supposed to park to go on this other trail. And I don't remember what the name of the waterfall was that we were going to see, but it's a popular one, and it like comes out of the rocks. You can stand underneath of it if that helps. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what the name of it is. So anyways, we parked where I thought we were supposed to park to go hike to get this waterfall. And we start hiking, and it ended up that we did not necessarily park close enough because there was apparently a much closer place to park. And we ended up hiking quite a bit further than we anticipated. If you parked in this one spot, it was, you know, maybe half a mile to get to this particular waterfall. And where we ended up parking, I think we hiked like 5 miles. But at that point, like, I was like, I told my husband, I said, it's just, I kept saying, it's got to be right around the next bend, right around the next bend. And then it wouldn't be. And we kept going and going, and it was quite the adventure. Quite the adventure. He was like, you are killing me. So, it was fun. We lived to tell it, and we saw the waterfall. We did make it eventually. So, you know, it's all good. So just be sure if you're hiking, Opal, you know where you're going. You park in the right spot to get where you want to go. But it's hard because, like, there's so many little pull-offs, and then, of course, you know, where we actually wanted to go, because it was a super popular waterfall, there wasn't really any parking there. And then when we got up there, we figured this out eventually. And my husband is not a listen to directions, ask for help kind of person, of course. And so he wasn't about to, you know, let me take 2 minutes to figure out where we were actually supposed to be when we were trying to find a place to park. And there was cars everywhere, and he was like, we're just parking here. There's a parking spot, I'm going to park in it. So, yeah, it was fun. We had fun. The waterfall was really pretty. But it should have been a dead giveaway. I know, right? The best adventures. It should have been a dead giveaway when we were hiking to this waterfall. And there was like no one else on the trail, that we weren't really in the right spot, because it is a popular waterfall. And so, you know, once we got up to closer where the waterfall actually was, it was pretty evident that we were in the right spot, because there was a bunch of other people there. And up until that point, we had been like the only people on the whole trail. And my husband he was freaking out, and he was like, oh my gosh, we're going to get murdered in the woods. It was fun. Quite the adventure there, but, you know, I thought the waterfall was worth seeing. It was pretty cool. And you could, like, go over and stand underneath of it, and I thought it was fun. We had a good time. And we definitely laughed afterwards. So he was like, just around the next bend, it's just up here. We gotta keep going. But I didn't want to, like, after we had hiked for so long, it was supposed to be like a 30-minute hike, and it ended up being hours. We had not eaten, like, breakfast or really planned on being out there quite that long. Hadn't brought any water or anything, because it was supposed to be just a simple little hike. You know. We have some friends that live down in that area, and she had told me about this waterfall before and was like, you guys should go see it. It's a pretty easy little hike. And so the whole time he's like, it is not an easy hike. I think she's crazy. And I'm like, I don't know. Everything I read, like, because I had looked it up on Pinterest and stuff, and I'm like, everything I read said people are taking their kids on this hike. And he's like, I don't know who's taking their kids on this hike. You would be dying. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it was quite the adventure. So just be sure before you get out of the car to go hiking that you know where you're going and you're in the right spot. It was quite because it wasn't the main trail either that we ended up on, and we were taking this longer route to get there. It was not an easy trail. It was a lot of uphill, back down the hill, across little creeks. He was like, we are going to die out here. I think I ended up twisting my ankle while we were out there. It was quite the adventure, it was. But it was fun. I would like to go back and do more hiking, but it's so busy there. I don't necessarily want to hike with 15, 20 other people. I kind of like those trails where there's not really a whole bunch of other people there. All right, so here we are. Keep moving these little pieces. So this will go in the bottom of our porch leaner. I think that turned out so cute. And these don't look bad. This will go in the top. It wasn't my choice, it was his. Well, have fun. I think it'll be fun. You'll have a good time. And then this will go in the middle. So cute. I love them. They turned out amazing. All right, y'all. I hope you have an amazing Memorial Day weekend. I will probably not go live on Monday because it is Memorial Day. Going to try to get some projects and stuff done around the house. But we will be live sometime next week. Just remember, school's out, so, you know, it might look a little different than our normal schedule. But that's okay. I will come and we will paint. It will be fun. Have a great rest of your Thursday. And I will talk to y'all real soon. Oh, and we are going to have, one more thing before I go. We are going to have a Memorial Day sale, so don't forget to watch your email for that because it is coming out soon. And if you want to grab this month's BOGO, you only have a few more days to do that because it is almost the end of the month, which is insane to me. But you can grab this month's BOGO through the end of the month. So have a great day, y'all, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye, y'all.